if they just... I wouldn't have hated if they just went for a boss. Not for a boss, for a core. Like, not when they had that boss. That boss call was correct. They should have done that, and they did do the right call there. But the Sank was not on target. But I wouldn't have minded if they'd just gone all in for a core at some point later on.
Yeah.
Or at least just sent Illidan and maybe Kerosene. Just those two and had everyone else delay. Tyrael is going to be fantastic at delay.
I mean, either way, this is one of those games where you just watch the replay and you can learn so much because your team, RPG in that case, made a couple of mistakes. So if you, in the future, you know, you work on those mistakes, you work on those wrong decisions, and maybe try that tactic again against a little bit of a weaker team than SPT, then you can really refine that strategy and keep it in your pockets, you know, for special games. But yeah, if only those Sanctification had landed a little bit more, right? Either way, though, Thatcher, we've been talking a lot about RPG, but I think we also got to give it to SPT. From start to finish, they remained their calm. And once again, this situational Uther pick got them so much value. The additional armor to keep everybody safe, the Divine Storm against all that melee madness. Super good decision-making by them.
It was very strong, very effective. Good play by SPT. They are able to stay in control and take game number 1 versus RPG. I'm a little bit disappointed that comp didn't work, I'm going to be honest. I would have been really good, and it had, like we said, it had the potential.
It definitely did have potential, and this is probably one of those games in which I would have also loved to check out the original Mandarin commentary, because I'm pretty sure our good friends Yidao and Mafao, they probably went pretty crazy on this game as well. But yeah, so cool to see all these exotic drafts coming in out today. Unfortunately, exotic drafts weren't rewarded today. Is there even a noun to exotic?
A noun? I'm not an English guy. I don't remember what a noun is.
Like, let's say, you know, Trinity is a noun. Warrior is a noun. But is there a noun to exotic, which is an adjective? Can you say the exoticity or something along those lines? I don't think there is one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything for you there, I'm afraid. I don't. Once again,
chat knows.
I am English, but I did not do well in English. I sort of got very jaded by it after I had trouble in it.
Pretty sure Twitch chat is going to come up with the right solution.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they were on top of their game the other day when they helped us out with what was it? Trinity and
Quadricity.
I don't even know.
Yeah, either way, apparently exoticism. So there we go. It's going to be Shire as map number 2.
Oh boy.
RPG.
Oh
what
boy.
you got for us? It's an RPG map choice again.
Yeah.
Let's see if they have a plan.
No respects here to what is one of the strongest maps that SPT has ever played on. Exoticness. That sounds very good to me, MC Douche. Thank you very much. I'll look it up.
Exhaustion. That's a pretty good one. Oh, well. Alright. SPT. First pick, first ban. This used to be one of their top maps. What are we going to see?
Is RPG going to fall back on standard? Like, there's a couple of ways to possibly explain what happened last game, right? First of all, you could say RPG have practiced this, and they were really convinced of this working against SPT. Then you could also explain it, you know, they didn't expect to win against SPT on Curse Hall in the first place, so they tried something out of the ordinary, and they take the data that they gathered from this game. I think it's a little bit of both. So I wonder if they're going to go crazy again, or if they're actually daring enough to bring this back to a standard meta game against SPT and see how it goes.
So then, SPT, what are we going to see from them as their second ban? We still have White Mane available. They could try to play and avoid that. They have not played it yet this phase. Going to ban out the Hammer.
They banned the Hammer, that's for sure. Now, what are we going to see as a response ban from RPG here? There's still a couple of heroes left. White Mane is still available. Just wanted to highlight that as well. Decker Kane, Diablo. We've seen many of those heroes getting banned over and over again.
Yeah,
Diablo it is.
Which means White Mane and Deckard are both available. Will we see either of them? And if so, which one do SPT prioritize?
All right. White Mane prioritization, yes or no? The cool thing is, I'm really glad that RPG didn't ban either White Mane or Decker Kane, because that would have meant that SPT gets the other one as first pick, right? And they wouldn't be able to pick the response to it. So right now, I'm almost guaranteed, or I can almost guarantee you guys that there will be a Deck Arcane counter pick. Otherwise, that would most certainly be the third pick. Sorry, the third ban of SPT.
Muradin, and should be Deckard. Phoenix holding their support.
Okay. SPT, what are they going to respond with? Garrosh plus Greymane looked, Whitemane looked super good in the past because Garrosh is already hard to kill because of his armor, and then all this passive healing bestowed upon him by the Whitemane could be super sick.
And if not Garrosh, then Johanna is available. They pick Neva, Yrel, and the Hanzo, at least for the moment. Hanzo very good at controlling that bot lane, as Scatter Arrow has a wonderful time on that bottom area.
Tetra, this could be the first Phoenix game that we are about to witness from DSL.
Not it could. You are correct. It could also not be. I mean, he was playing the Abathur last game. That was interesting. So there is the option to still put him on something else. Down goes to Malthael. They don't want anyone to duel against that Yrel. Leoric's still available, though, which is still acceptable.
Yeah, there's a couple of heroes that could sort of mess with the Yrel. They could even send Phoenix into that soul lane, to be honest, if they want to go that route. Jaina and Malfurion, double alliance. Triple alliance if you consider Muradin a part of that. Really solid. Okay, so right now there's a lot of sustained damage. Malfurion should have a good time against that. But I can't help but feel that they need a little bit of additional tankiness for RPG. Blaze is still available. That could work out for sure. Leoric, as you said already. Thrall. Who?
Either of those would be fine. Both of them would be good because they both empower Phoenix.
Yeah.
So I can see why they ban Malthael. Anti-healing against Whitemane's always going to be welcome. So in this case, Thrall has Sundering, so he could interrupt Moshpit. So that might just have to be the pick there.
ETC is the main tank this time as well. Oh, they go for the Alarak here instead. It's not even Beyond the Game and LLK who play it.
Very risky here. This is coming in from Free Show. It is another Mosh Pit interrupt, so that does fit in. I was thinking Blaze, but gets denied here.
Gets denied. So no Blaze coming in here. So it's not the tankiest of rosters we've ever seen from RPG. But if they turn on the heat themselves, if they pressure the enemy team's backline with Muradin and Alarak, that's totally possible and doable, and they don't even need that much of protection. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting one again. I think SPT overall has the more safer, the more reliable draft, but I think if executed well, RPG is going to have a lot of damage.
It could. I mean, I'm still concerned about the Hanzo in the bot lane. I think that could be pretty impressive damage output-wise. So, just for the control of the bot lane. But the Alarak, I think once we get into the late game, if they're able to execute that well, it could really destroy stuff.
That it could, man. That it really could. An Alarak that has free reign is always one of the most lethal heroes you could possibly face. Let's see, Tetra. Can SPT win another game and make it a 4-0 today, securing them 6 points total? Or is RPG going to be able to make it a tie, as they've done so many times in the past?
One way to find out as we are heading into the game. And on the left-hand side, looking to achieve themselves a point, it is RPG with Free Show, MJ, Pa, C, and DSL.
Facing them once again is Lucky, Melody C, Misaka, Soap, and ZZH, and together they form the super perfect team. And
so, we're starting off with the Lightning talent for level 1 on Alarak. This is the extended Lightning as opposed to the sustaining power, so he is going to want to move into the team a fair amount, which could mean this is a Phoenix solo lane.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the way they want to do it. I mean, Alarak usually gets more value when he is with somebody who has decent follow-up CC and extra damage, so they can actually bank in those kills. DSL though. DSL playing a mage? What in the world is happening?
The first time we've seen it. Because it is par on that Phoenix, so he is adjusting. He has played mages before. We will say that. He just prefers those auto-attack heroes. MJ taken out by Junkrat.
Yep, just a little too far forward that Malfurion was. Ever since the movement speed increase at his level 1, or on his level 1, Nature's Swiftness has been removed. Malfurion needs to be super careful not to get caught in the open too much. See, gets to safety just in time, but already, man, look at all that pressure that SPT is building up in this early game.
Lots of pressure coming in indeed. We are in fact going to see par in that solo laner with that Phoenix. So how well can Alarak stack that extended lightning? And of course, moving on to level 4, how well can he stack negatively charged? Which with this build is very likely going to be his talent choice.
Yep. If there's one team, of course, that knows how to play in this map, it is SPT. It is their home turf for the majority of 2017. They remained undefeated on this battleground. Let's see if they can do it again. Q build coming in for Whitemane. We have yet to see a single Inquisition build that we're definitely familiar with seeing in other regions.
Which is very strange to see. Also, just to be clear, that Alarak, it is quite likely he'll go for the negatively charged, but he can go for something else, as we see Urel getting taken out. But yeah, he could go for Show of Force here. Get a little bit of extra damage that way with just a full combo burst. As RPG with their raid, it does fail. And now C in trouble. Good silence, and Hanzo picks up the kill.
Man, that was so clutchly done here by SPT from start to finish. The perfect mercenary engage as well. The knockback to keep the capture platform clean. And then the power slide to interrupt Dwarf Toss by Muradin. Man, Misaka is really putting on a show on the cow already. I'm loving it. I've become a little skeptical and, you know, dubious of ETCs these days, but Misaka is definitely making up for it.
I'm concerned though about ETC. He is a little bit squishy comparatively to other tanks, and against an Alarak later game, that could be really rough. Good moves by Misaka to keep DSL out of range. DSL will make it behind the gate, but it's dropped very low, and the Dragonite is taken by Super Perfect Team.
Winter's Reach almost paid off there for Jaina, because the increased range on the Frostbolt would have definitely helped to stall this a little bit longer, but it just arrived with a millisecond too late. The Dragonite was secured by Junkrat after all. An RPG, all they need to do right now is maybe try to find a kill. The silence is good, the root is even better, and Hanzo ends up falling.
Nicely done. See, literally arriving via Dragonite Punch into an immediate Storm Bolt. That was awesome. It's like being thrown off a cliff and landing on a pirate at the bottom. I don't know why I went with pirate. Oh, see, you don't want to be there. Good Dwarf Toss. He saved himself from going into the buildings there.
Yeah, our Chinese analysis team should definitely add another assist onto Junkrat's account here, because that was basically the Dragonite Junkrat who piloted him, who set up that kill. Great point by him.
Dragonite finally expires. Only front walls taken down. This is usual in general, as Par is once again still dueling against Urel and doing a pretty decent job shield recharging, so he's only traded out shield health instead of main health, which is perfect.
Look at RPG, man. Giving up that first Dragonite, but still maintaining an experience lead, because they were able to get a gank here and there, because they were able to get a couple of towers themselves. This is really cool to see. Meantime, Alarak, what is his level 7 choice going to be? Up to this point, he's really relying on his surging strike here on the lightning.
Going with the applied force, so it allows his combo to happen from even further away. Poke with the lightning, negatively charged and extended lightning, and then he can get the combo with the telekinesis into, of course, his silence, the Discord strike.
Already we did see a little bit of value coming in from the Alarak, because with that silence applied earlier from the Discord strike, he made sure that Hanzo couldn't have used his escape, his natural agility. So if applied well, I mean, BTG has shown us many times how to make that Alarak work in China. Pretty sure RPG can do it as well. Misaka's rotating, followed by C, turning it around onto Muradin. The beautiful concussion by knockback, and C is about to fall here.
Double silence though, trying to finish off Junkrat. He's
So much damage.
dropping low, but they can't finish the job. Good route though onto ETC, and an immediate cleanse comes out from CCH.
Honestly, though, that was so much damage. Not only did everyone have to use the healing fountain, but also Whitemane almost completely drained off the entire mana count here. They still end up getting a tower. So you know what? I'm okay with the progress that RPG has made here. Still, though, that Muradin kill was a little bit unnecessary, but Misaka has made just reading C like an open book up to this point.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job against that Muradin C, having trouble. But I'm sure he'll be a little bit more cautious now, as he's almost been into structures several times and actually bit into them once, so hopefully he'll play safer.
Stun onto ETC. He should have all of his abilities ready, so that is not really a threat to him. Whitemane also in the vicinity.
Pre-show. Finds the steel trap. C not able to land the stun onto Melody C, which might have been a kill, as we saw MJ coming in, could have landed the root. Now top lane, Urel in trouble. Speed boost from Par, not going to be enough for the kill, but easy enough to drive him back.
I was going to say, that's all they needed to do here. Just drive Urel back so she won't be able to capture the top shrine here. Phoenix is already on the platform, right? Muradin getting flung into the team of SPT, taking a little bit of damage, but so is ETC. Both warriors not really in the best of conditions.
Jaina arriving, that's enough to force the rest of SPT back. Another Discord strike though, ETC getting bullied here. Mid lane not being soaked by either team right now, but the difference is RPG's been scuppering onto the base.
And Tetcher, finally, we see the first Ring of Frost of the day. Every Jaina so far in China has resorted to the Water Elemental because it is the safer choice. Lower cooldown, you can manually control it. I don't think Pa knows. Ooh, dodged the first one, but he's certainly dead.
Yeah, it's 4v1. He's gonna die, but the immediate reaction here is to just push up lanes. Alarak even pushing up against the Junkrat as best he can, or at least trying to poke him down. Muradin wrapping around with Jaina. They might try and dive this.
They could, you know, if the lockdown happens first onto Melody C, if the concussion mine does not.
They land the stun. There's the Ring of Frost. Telekinesis, Discord strike, but stage dive. On top of C, he immediately pops the Avatar. Ring of Frost lands C. Dropping low. Healed from Malfurion. They have no means. The Treant blocks the shots. MJ gives his life. He stayed too long to drop the Treant.
That's real Alliance teamwork there. Unfortunately, both of them are going to die. Maybe even the third hero of the Alliance is going to follow suit here. ESL in trouble. That was a good idea in theory, you know, going in for that dive. But the moment I think the concussion mine off Junkrat went off, they probably should have backed off because it was so deep behind enemy lines, right? Yeah, a little overzealous there.
Classic Alliance teamwork. They go too deep and then two of them die out of three, because they can't survive without each other's help. A Horde hero would have survived on his own. And Kendrick has left the cast. As we see
I'm feeling variant about this, you know that, right?
Sure, I will. Sure, fine. It doesn't matter if you have no base left because the Varus has killed it. As we see moving the top lane. C looking to maybe see if he can punish Urel. At least for the moment.
All right. With all those kills happening, though, Tetcher, I think it's still an insanely even game. None of those fours has been cracked just yet. 12 and a little bit against 12 and a little bit. Urel in trouble. Soap needs to actually pop some Whitemane. Oh, the bullseye! Hanzo got that kill against Phoenix. C arriving a little bit too late there to save his buddy. And this really shouldn't become a pattern here with Phoenix left alone in the top lane, dying over and over again. Beautiful stage dive to the face. We didn't get the kill, but Alrek is no more as well. And that is going to be a Dragonite for sure.
That was not a good salvo from Phoenix either, so they really did. RPG are really starting to struggle. SPT, Soap will escape, losing the 1v1 to MJ. He was severely weakened earlier on though, but now reinforcements coming. MJ might be in trouble. There's the root. Soap comes in. Twilight Dream being used, but Soap just tanking through as he got immediately cleansed out by ZZH. MJ is tanky. He's using the spell shield of the camp, but will eventually go down.
MJ against the world, actually keeping 3 enemy heroes busy at the same time. The reason why MJ on that Malfurion was actually doing so well in that duel against Urel is because of his level 1 talent, the empowered basic attacks, as long as he hits a target revealed by the Moonfire. So that was pretty cool to see. But in the end, a Malf is still a Malf, and he's not the greatest of damage dealers.
Nice stun by C. He pulling back. Misaka looking to see if he can punish anyone who does overstep anymore. Soap still losing to Par. unsurprisingly at this point.
All right.
Creature does a lot of damage, but quick dash away as he also harasses Misaka a bit more. Ring of Frost, a little bit too late this time, unable to get onto ZZH.
The problem right now for DSL, unfortunately, on that Jaina is the fact that he misses a lot of those Ring of Frost, right? The problem is that there's no real build-up. Either Muradin is too late with the stuns, or Marfun is too late with the roots. Oh, global pressure.
Good stun. Irel leaps in, misses, so the root does not land, the slow, sorry, does not land here, and Pa is able to escape.
I think that was a pretty cool escape route that Pod chose on that Phoenix. Very, very unpredictable. I think Irel suspected him to teleport more to the left and top, so she actually walked in that direction, and then the result was that she arrived too late.
RPG continuing to push bot, they're a level behind. And they're trying desperately to get that level back. Steel Trap already dropped, you need to be careful now as Junkrat will try and knock someone into it likely. There's the bomb. Wrong way though. And with that, RPG gonna start trying to do this camp.
Yeah, they're definitely the first ones to start. Hanzo's nowhere to be found, neither is Irel anywhere close. So yeah, they're gonna take this Bruiser camp, and with that pushing power it provides, they're probably going to try to get something done in the bottom, and they need to start getting some structures as well, right? SPT has been doing such a good job maintaining control over this game all the time, you know, by destroying towers, structures in the middle with those Dragon Knights. If RPG wants to maintain a close gap here in experience, they need to start getting some structures themselves. Here goes the Riptire, stage dive to keep them locked down.
Dragon Arrow 2, DSL just drops a full combo. Twilight Dreamer for the backline. The Ring of Frost does not catch anyone, but it does zone him a bit as Yarel leaps onto Jaina and finishes him off. Here comes the salvo after the slows have already expired. Almost gives CZH though, so give himself and a nice little teleport to dodge ETC, but Par is still in danger and Soap chases him down. Good silence, that'll be enough.
That was very, very close. Soap almost overstayed his welcome there. He didn't. Oh, he actually did have the Ardent Defender. Then, never mind. It was a good play. Yeah, I hate to say it, Tetra man, but DSL doesn't look good on that Jaina. These Ring of Frost are nowhere near to be found. The positioning is questionable.
I mean, there's no lockdown to set up for them. I don't think you can blame him for that. We see Alarak getting taken down again, though. You can blame him for that. Should not have face checked. You have Malfurion, you have Muradin, send one of them in first. And instead, Alarak goes down.
Yeah, RPG, they find themselves in a rough spot here right now. It used to be a close game for the most part, but now with 16, almost 17 here in favor of SPT, they really seem to have figured out the movement patterns of RPG as well. They always seem to have people... Look at that, once again. Muradin tries to make a play, he's already outnumbered by 2. The same happened in the top lane over and over again. The roots are super good here as well to keep the dwarf trapped in place.
With the Dragon Knight already here, it's chasing down MJ, dropping him a little bit low. In the meantime, Muradin dying down below. Ring of Frost is landing, but it's a 2v3 right now. They're desperately trying to kill off White Mane while the Dragon Knight is distracted. Good start, and they actually get White Mane. DSL super dead, though.
Yeah, I thought that Gina's going to fall here as well as a result, but they traded evenly, and without a support, they might even lose more, so...
Oh, Counter-Strike! They actually get Soap as well. Like you said, without the support, suddenly this is looking rough. Good teleport over the wall, they power slide, stage dive. See you later, route just too slow.
Masterful play, masterful escape here by Misaka, by the way, using that power slide and immediately following it up with the stage dive. If he had used that just a millisecond too late, the roots would have actually kept him in place and RPG would have gotten another kill. So they salvaged the situation quite nicely here. Keep in mind, the Dragon Knight does not add a whole lot during those late game teamfights, so it's almost like weakening your team by sacrificing damage with Hanzo in it.
Misaka not in a good position. Stun lands, root lands, silence does not land actually, but Misaka still taken out. Alarak pushed into fort raid, he'll be able to back up.
Look at MJ chasing off that Junkrat. Beautiful push, beautiful damage being done here by RPG. And if they maintain to get those, if they maintain those staggered deaths, Tetcher, this might be a serious problem for SPT sooner or later. RPG, they can capitalize on those victories. They can't get those structures dead.
Need some minions, and then waves are all pushed up, so they're struggling to get any to help them with these structure pushes. Alarak, though, is starting to get very stacked on his E-based talents, as he has gone for Lightning Barrage, so he's now going to get the double, assuming he hits someone in the center.
And see, this was a complete waste of time. They have a numbers advantage. RPG, that is, they try to go for a mercenary camp only to back off because they realized too late. You know what? Junkrat and his concussion mine is pretty good in those situations.
Dragon Arrow, point blank, see ya. That was, I don't know why that happened.
It's just those are just China moments, man, sometimes. Exactly like Korean teams, right? Imagine Korean teams getting staggered deaths like that. They would have been all over the map. They would have taken the bottom fort, for example. They would have taken the middle even. But instead, Chinese teams, they don't go for structures. At least, not all the Chinese teams, right? RPG in that case is our example. But they try to go for a mercenary camp. They try to brawl a little bit, and then they back down. So,
I'm wondering what happened to the RPG against the one yesterday. They looked so much better.
Yeah.
MJ being the target,
Nice
but stage dive, immediate root on the end. Free show actually gets the silence, but DSL is really far forward. Gets a Ring of Frost, though! Salvo from the side! And I thought DSL was trapped away from his team, but turns out he was the trap as they pick up the double.
and I bow my head in shame for ever criticizing the Jaina of DSL because he is making up for those weaker moments early on, landing those Ring of Frost here really solid, landing the abilities as well, focusing on the right target as well, super solid. And RPG, with the shrines unlocked now, finally, they can get this map objectives. Muradin, though, needs to be careful. He's the only one currently going that way, and SPT realizes this.
See, never mind. See, he's gonna get neutralized. It's gonna be 2 versus 1. C knows he has to leave. Actually runs into the steel trap. Dragon arrow misses. C dwarf root toss. Avenging Wrath is out of range. Oh, it's not out of range at all. Pardo doesn't want to move back in with C so low, but he's now getting reinforcements. They're gonna try and force him back.
Catcher, man, the knockback of the hammer by Irel actually managed to knock Muradin out of the way of that Dragon's Arrow. Otherwise, that could have maybe been a kill. Now, Phoenix trying to hold that platform. Why is he not being reinforced by other team members? Do they not want this Dragon Knight?
They're trying to get 20. They don't want to fight pre-20s.
Okay.
Par backing up. Stage dive is good, and he gets taken out just before 20 hit. He could have got the Indomitable Spirit and survived that. But the rest of his team were trying to soak it. He does get the Indomitable Spirit. Ring of Frost hits no one as Soap moves forward. Misaka's in position. Beautiful bolt, and DSL is dead.
That he is. He doesn't go down without a bang here, at least, though. The Blizzard and all the other abilities are still dealing pretty solid damage. But yeah, there's no way RPG can hope to win this team fight right now. And I'll stick with my criticism here. I really think Phoenix shouldn't have been the only one to hold this. Now they're losing member after member. SPT, they were grouped up all the time. They were waiting for these isolated targets, and they found them over and over again.
They shouldn't have tried to cap it at all. They should have just got 20.
Yeah.
Like, they were so close. They just got
Exactly.
it down. They could have easily waited or rotated down the bot lane, defended that one instead. Instead, they decide to put one person alone as the enemy team hits 20.
Yep.
I have no words. That was just unwise, is the kindest way I can say that.
Beautiful blink power slide, by the way, to lock the juiciest target down. Jaina falling, and from there on, it was just a disaster for RPG. So yeah, once again, to recapitulate that a little bit, it's either, you know, abandoning this shrine and turning 20, as you said, or it's using your numbers advantage and try to fight 19 against 20, which is still doable when the enemy team just lost 1 or 2 members, right? Unfortunately, the way they did it was the worst one, isolating and trying to get both things at the same time.
Well, it's still possible for RPG, but free show, Counter-Strike didn't actually land. The stage dive landed right before Counter-Strike was activated. No one did damage. And with Alarak dead, it's a 4 versus 5 on the defense. With one of the biggest damage outputs gone,
Yeah.
it looks like it's going to be it.
And look at the minions, look at the mercenaries trickling in there as well. They're going to support this push as if they even needed more damage to turn down or to break down this core. Nice kill here by DSL, but it's not going to change anything. Their Dragon Knight is too powerful after 19 minutes with a consecutive win here against RPG. SPT banks in the 6-point day, and they're making a big move towards that top of the table.
Yeah, Misaka will clean out this core eventually with the help of Lucky. They're going to try and pad their kill numbers, but unable to do so. And that is going to be it.
2-0. The SPT, the super perfect team, they're looking strong against RPG. We had high hopes for RPG to maybe put up a little more of a fight here. We really wanted them to succeed as well because they're such an interesting team to watch right now. But unfortunately, it was not meant to be this time around. But also, once again, kudos to SPT, playing it smart, playing it very well, despite not always having the perfect rotations. They always made sure that they didn't take more losses than necessary.
If you compare that play from RPG today to the play from yesterday in both drafts and picks, then that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
They've shown they can be so much better, and that was not SPT played well, but so did the One when they played against them, and then they come out with this. I don't know what to say about RPG.
Yeah, and it's just sad to see new and upcoming teams with a new roster like RPG to go in this submarine mode, right? Where they dive down sometimes and then they show up again, but they lack the consistency to actually stay at the surface, to stay at the top. So, while I have high hopes for BTG, who are looking really good, it's kind of disheartening to see RPG struggle this much. But once again, it's also cool to see SPT kind of overcoming their initial struggle.
When we know RPG can do better. We
That's
know
true.
they're better than this. They did better earlier today.
Mhm.
Ugh. Either way, SPT, like you said, it's nice to see them picking up another win here. With that, they're going to be moving up to a solid 11 points, only one behind Beyond the Game.
And Beyond the Game are looking good. They're looking really strong, and they actually probably would have preferred the 1-1, right? Because that would have kept SPT at a distance from them. But as it is, we're only left with one more series, guys. Our final series not only of the day, but of the week. Can you believe it? We're not going to have HGC China anymore until Monday.
Luckily, there will be lots more HGC for all of you at home to watch, with HGC Europe, Korea, and North America happening, as well as I don't know if the ANZ season has restarted yet, so I'm going to check that now. Why not?
Yeah, I really don't know either. But yeah, as Tetcha said, like right now we're in the golden age of HGC, right? With a packed schedule from Monday to Sunday. The exception is Thursday.
Yeah.
I think that day is like the national HGC holiday.
Looks like no. It looks like there is no ANZ on at the moment, and the next match for the people will be able to watch outside of HGC China will be Blossom versus Miracle, which will be the first game of HGC Korea.
All right, here we go, 9-20, but I think the numbers don't do the game justice. RPG definitely lost a lot of members unnecessarily there in the late game, and for the largest part, they had so many moments in which they could have taken structures. Nope, they decided to go for mercenaries. They could have taken Dragon Knights or level 20. Nope, they decided to skirmish. So, yeah, they did have their chances. They just wasted them all.
Yeah, they made pretty much all the wrong decisions, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they can use this as a learning experience, though, because they still do have teams that they can gain points against in the league that they can try and build themselves up. For example, their next match is going to be against CE, a team looking a little weaker at the moment. And then they still have KT and Team Nut to play against. They haven't even played those teams yet.
Yeah, that is very correct. Be it as it may, Tetcher, of final
sorry,
series...
they have played against Team Nut. It's the second rotation.
Second rotation, there we go.
Yes.
Last series of the day, who are we going to watch? CE?
Last series of the day is CE versus the A team.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss out. Let's see if CE can get more points on their accounts, or if they're going to struggle and fall behind a little bit. Check it out in a bit. We'll be soon.